This video is made possible by my patrons on Patreon. Hello everyone, my name is Xiomaro and welcome back to Battlerite. So yesterday a new dev blog went out explaining a little bit more about Battlerite Royale. Specifically, we now know the pricing, the discounts for current players, and some of the unique rewards we'll be getting when we hop into Battlerite Royale. So first off, pricing. Okay, so long story short, Battlerite Royale will cost $20 or 20 euros. If you're like me and you live in a region that doesn't use either of those currencies, then it will be subject to however Steam converts currencies. That's obviously out of Stunlock's control, so it is what it is. The game will be available to purchase in early access by the end of September. However, one thing that isn't mentioned anywhere is whether or not it will be free to play when it leaves early access. There's also no estimate of when it might leave early access either. It's probably too early for them to even hazard a guess, but it's something to consider. Next up, we have veteran discounts. If you've purchased either the All Champions pack or Ultimate Fan pack before the early access launch of Battlerite Royale, then you'll get a 50% discount. So for those of us who have already dropped cash on Battlerite, we'll be able to get the game for $10. Veterans will also get a limited Legendary Ember Tiger mount. I mean, just look at it. It actually looks incredible. I don't know what's changed with Stunlock's art team over the last 6 months or so, but they're doing some really excellent work. I really like big cats, so that definitely makes me a bit biased on this one, but this is one of the nicest mounts I've seen so far. So here's the bad news. The 50% discount comes from a limited time coupon. It will be available when the game goes into early access and it will appear in your inventory on Steam. But as soon as it's available, you'll only have 10 days to decide whether or not you want to buy Battlerite Royale at the discounted price. If you haven't spent money on the game, but you're a veteran free-to-play Battlerite player, you'll still get a reward for it. If you have an account level of 20 or above, you'll get Ricky the Rocket. This mount also looks pretty cool. Plus, Ricky the Rocket is a really great name. I'll come back to my thoughts on pricing and discounts at the end. Before we get to that, let's have a look at the other rewards you'll be able to get in Battlerite Royale. So in terms of cosmetics, it looks like everything will cross over. If you've earned something in Battlerite Arena, you'll have it in Battlerite Royale. If you earn something in Battlerite Royale, you'll also get it in the arena. Presumably there will be rewards you can only get in one or the other, and it could be a good incentive to get Battlerite Royale players into the arena and vice versa. For example, if they make a really cool mount available only from winning arena games, that might encourage new players to give the arena a try. They haven't specifically said that's what they'll do, but it would make good business sense. And just before I get into my thoughts on everything, we do have some more screenshots in this blog that we can glean some more information from. So there's actually just 2 gameplay screenshots, but they actually tell us a few things. First, we have the champion select screen. Stunlock have mentioned that part of the reason they wanted to split Battlerite Royale from the base game was champion balance. I get the feeling that some of the champions will be noticeably different. For that reason, not everyone will be in the game from launch. Most of them will be there, so it's actually quicker to say who isn't in Battlerite Royale currently. So all the melee are there except for Rukan. For ranged, Esmo and Taya are missing, and from the supports we have no Lucy, no Pearl, no Paloma, and no Older. Oh damn, that's my 2 favourite champions out then. I will say this though, if there's one thing I trust Stunlock with, it's balance. So I know these omissions will be for a good reason, and I'm sure we'll see the missing champions return with rebalanced kits. I'm actually kind of excited to see what they do with Paloma. She's great against melee in her current state, but some ranged champions just make her seem like a non-threat. Anyway, it's good to know which champions we need to work on if we want to wreck faces in Battle Royale. But wait, there's more! The other screenshot is of Sirius in-game, and take a look at his skill bar. His Petrify is just gone. He has no EX abilities as far as I can tell. His right click is what would normally be his EX1, and his heal is on R, and his R is on E. The thing is though, there's no indicator to suggest that heals cost energy. See, usually the R ability would have an indicator to say if you have enough energy. So I get the removal of his Petrify, that would be a pain in Battle Royale, but I don't really understand why they moved his abilities around on his hotbar. Why not just keep everything where it is and just put the EX1 ability on E? I don't know, maybe there's a good reason for it, but I think it'll just create confusion for people switching between Battle Royale and Arena. So finally, let's get into my thoughts on the pricing and discounts. Honestly, I think Stunlock might be pricing themselves out of the market at $20. In a sea of free-to-play and still failing Battle Royale games, it just seems a bit steep. I mean, sure, Battlerite Royale does look really nice, and it is quite unique compared to any other Battle Royale game on the market, but I can't help but think the game won't gain any serious traction simply because of the price tag. $20 isn't that much in the grand scheme of things, especially when you compare it with games from a decade ago, or even AAA games today. But online gaming is a totally different beast to what it was 10 years ago. It used to be that publishers would cover their costs with a relatively high price tag, and they'd also rely on privately hosted servers for playing their games. These days, pretty much all online games have public matchmaking, which is obviously an added cost. But then again, server hosting is way cheaper than it was when CS 1.6 was the latest and greatest competitive game. Yes, people working in the gaming industry need to earn a living, but you also need to meet the expectations of the modern gaming community. And what do people expect from a Battle Royale game? Free to play. I mean, sure, Battlerite Royale might be free to play when it leaves early access, but there's a real risk that the game just won't gain traction in the first place. So many multiplayer games these days rely on momentum, and if you get a bad start, it can be hard to come back from that. I mean, it's possible to build momentum later in a game's life cycle, just look at Warframe, but games like Warframe are outliers. Most games, if they get a bad start, never get a second chance. I know that sounds pessimistic, but honestly, I feel like it's actually a realistic evaluation. The other thing is the veteran discount. All other things aside, a 50% discount is pretty solid. The thing that isn't so solid is the time limited part. The last few weeks have felt pretty bad as a member of the Battlerite community. In the blog, they say the community is important to them, and obviously it is, even if it's just for paying the bills. But actions speak louder than words, and an aggressive time-limited discount for your most loyal customers feels pretty bad. And if the game ends up going free to play when it leaves early access, it feels kind of exploitative. Like, I get it, the old 80-20 rule, 20% of your customers can account for 80% of your revenue. But my god, you need to do a better job of hiding your strategy. This discount makes me feel more exploited than rewarded. Of course, if the game remains pay to play or the price even goes up after early access, that kind of changes things. Personally, I actually prefer pay-to-play games over free-to-play with extortionate cosmetics and champion unlocks, but I'm not everyone. A flat price comes with its own problems, specifically the gaining traction thing I mentioned before, but we don't actually know if the game will remain buy-to-play or switch to free-to-play on launch. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trashing on Battlerite Royale itself. I think the game is going to be a lot of fun. I think Stunlock are great developers. The artwork, the music, the game design and balance, I think they're all top-notch. But the interaction with the player base leaves a lot to be desired. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please feel free to subscribe for more gaming guides, news and discussion. If you'd like to help support the channel and get some unique rewards, then head over to patreon.com/XiomaroTV. And don't forget to check out twitch.tv/XiomaroTV. Until next time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.